is it not working? Okay, I give up. Good morning from Meland, where it is insane today. I am Bunny and this is Bunny Tries Everything, and I just had an epic meltdown. So I sat down this morning to film this awesome video. I was going to do this whole get ready with me, and things have just gone insane. My backdrop decided it wanted to randomly have a ghost and fall off the wall. My clicker isn't working. This is so par for it being a morning because I am not a morning person. I just don't feel like it's meant to be this morning with the video I was originally going to film, so I'm gonna switch it up completely and do something different. Now, a while back I had a conversation with a fellow influencer. She was going to go get her brows darkened, and it costs a lot of money to do that. So I told her my DIY at-home version that I actually learned off of the internet. There's a few things that you need to know before you try this though, so today we're going to be trying to dye our brows with Just for Men the right way. There is a reason that I use this technique. As you can see, my little tiny baby brows here are very fine, and they're also super blonde, which means that if I do not enhance them, I basically look expressionless like this, and it makes my eyes look like this. So I have learned this technique and tried it out a couple years ago and have been doing it ever since. It's not something you're going to have to do every day, and it's a super easy DIY at-home version that's going to save you tons of money if you're like me. Now, if you are looking to have this professionally done, it will cost you anywhere between $20 and $200 on average, not counting if you decide to do like microblading, which is a totally different subject for a totally different video. But this way, it's only going to cost about $8, and it's something that you can maintain on your own as needed, and you can change up your brow shape as you would like to versus having to be at the mercy of someone else who might have a particular style. Now, unlike some options which do require you to have a professional beauty license to go and shop at a certain store to get the items, this isn't one of those. The items that you will need, all 2 of them, can come from pretty much any store that you might want to visit, including Walmart, CVS, Walgreens. I think you can even get these at like a Dollar Tree in some instances. What we're gonna need? A little bitty angle brush. As you can see here, it's just a simple angle brush. The most important item, however, you will have to pick up, more than likely, unless you just have a random stash of stuff at your house, which I don't know your life, and I'm not judging you if you do. And that is going to be the product for darkening the brow itself. Just for Men. Now, this one actually does come in a box, however, I have already used it, so it is clearly out of the box already. I do suggest getting a couple shades darker than you normally would go if you were just touching up your hair. If you want a more pronounced brow, if you want something that's more subtle, go with just the color that you think suits your needs. Whatever you do, do not, and I repeat, do not get black. Black will be, oh my gosh. For this next step, we're gonna just go ahead and go right in, and I'll show you my particular technique. But to do that, we're going to have to pull our hair up and look crazy for a moment. So here we go. The first thing that I would definitely suggest after you pick your color and you get home is to wash your face super good, and make sure you have any oils or residual like makeup off of your face. Another thing that you will want to consider is how much time that you have to do this. It does take about 8 to 10 minutes to do this, so if you're in a super big hurry, you're getting ready to run out of the house or go on a date, I wouldn't recommend doing this one at that time. Just give it until in the morning or the next day when you have time. Do not rush. You're putting dye on your face. Last but not least, the safety. Make sure that whenever you're applying, you are only applying to this area. Do not get this in your eyes. It is not eye safe, so just don't do it. Now, I am going to show you a close-up of the before and after, so you'll be able to tell the difference. I guarantee it. I was actually quite shocked the first time that I did this. I didn't think it would turn out, and to be honest, when you're watching this process, it's a bit scary looking. Now, when you do see this before and after, this is the scariest, most up-close version of my face that you will ever see. It is absolutely traumatic. Just recording it makes me go, oh my gosh. The best thing about using Just for Men is there's nothing that you have to mix together or put in a little tub. You don't have to have portion control, and you can wear gloves, but it's not required. You're not gonna be actually touching the product like you would if you were putting it in your hair. So all I'm gonna do is just move it around a little bit in the tube to make sure it's nice and blended, and then we're gonna dip right in. Off comes the cap. And again, I have used this one before. I found the shelf life on this to be a little bit longer than a typical hair care because it's not something that you're blending, it's already pre-mixed. So this is what mine looks like. And I know, it's scary looking because it's super dark. Now, keep in mind, when this goes on the face, it's going to be intimidating, but it's not when it comes off. So just bear with me. In order to start the application process, I just like to dip straight into the product right here, get a little bit on the brush, but clean off any excessive amount. Then we have it on the product and we're just going to move right into lining our brow like we would if we were doing our brows normal with our makeup. So I always start a little bit away from the tail and kind of work my way up. I'm going to do a light coating to start with and just follow the natural hairs. Don't go outside your lines or what you normally sculpt to be your lines when you're drawing on your brows. So this is the fully filled in brow. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see right through here, I have a little bit less hair, so there is going to be a little gapping, but my overall shape is what I like to wear whenever I put my makeup on. Now I'm going to go in and do the other eye off camera and then be right back with you. Voila! We have two brows now. And remember whenever you're doing your brows that they don't necessarily always have to be twins, but they do definitely need to be sisters. It's not that serious, especially when we're doing something like this, because we want something that's going to follow our natural line, not create craziness. Whenever we don't have on makeup, we just want to look normal. We don't want to look like we have a Gargamel brow or something. So now we're going to leave this on for 8 to 10 minutes, depending on your comfort level of how dark it's going to be. Definitely at least 8 minutes on the processing time, but if you want a slightly darker brow or a slightly more pronounced brow, 10 minutes. We have hit about the 10-minute mark because I'm an overachiever and want to make sure that the color kind of goes with the sides of my hair, and that is darker. So now all we're going to need is a little washcloth, and then we're going to wash this right off. Now, a lot of people on videos show that they use face wipes. I don't personally prefer that because face wipes are treated, and sometimes that treatment has oil, which loosens the bond of the color and it slips right on off. You want it to adhere, give it a couple minutes to set, and then go in with a really good face wash. So that's what we're going to do today. So here we go. We're just going to dampen this just a little bit and move right into the brow. So I'm going to get really close so you can see what this looks like. See that? Already huge difference. We're going to be doing one brow and then the other so we can have a side-by-side comparison. And let's go again. Here we go. It's getting better, but it's so much darker than it was before. And let me show you what it looks like before so you can get a comparison right here. Yeah. It's a huge difference, guys. I can actually see some shape now, and I'm kind of pleased with this because I could go out of the house and not feel like I'm completely naked on the top. As you can see, it looks like natural hair. I don't have a lot of dye randomly all over my face, and I think that that is the one thing that a lot of people are afraid of doing DIY brows. They're afraid they're gonna have hair dye making their eyebrows look scary and kind of like Bert and Ernie. And now we can wash our face. As you can see, the redness from the warm water has subsided, and it's time for us just to do that once over just to make sure that our face is nice and cleansed before we put on any kind of hydrators or anything like that. So today I wanted to start off by cleansing my face with a product that I wanted to share with you all because I feel as though this is a skincare must for this coming year. Apple cider vinegar took over the world a couple years ago and changed so many things, and now you can find it in all sorts of stuff. But I've never tried a face wash until I found Wow Skin Science apple cider vinegar face wash. So I was really interested in this because I have personally a hard time consuming apple cider vinegar by putting it in my drinks or in any way. It's just off-putting to me. But when it's in skincare or vitamins, I have no issue with this. So since it is so important, I thought, why not give my face a little happiness by using this? Let's look at it. It is a little different, and I'm really excited because unlike a lot of face washes where you simply put them in your hands and rub them on your face and then wash them off, this one actually has a pretty cool applicator that I am so psyched to use. This is what it looks like right out of the package. As you can see, it has this little protector over a brush. This is what the container looks like though. Ooh. Let's just go right ahead to pulling this off and checking out these bristles. Ooh, that feels really good. It feels like an applicator almost. As you can tell, they move. And just rubbing it on the face, oh, that goes right along with the contours of my face. So when we pop this open, it's gonna be great, guys. It's gonna be so great. Okay, the way this is going to work is we're going to wet our face and neck, and then we're going to pump this a couple of times and actually apply it directly onto the face and then massage it. What that's going to do is that's going to reduce the appearance of those fine lines, wrinkles, blackheads, imperfections, pores of any kind, all the while cleaning and perfecting and calming our skin. The reason why this is able to happen is because of the ingredient blend that it has here. Not only does it have that apple cider vinegar, but it also has in here an aloe vera extract, and it has vitamins B5 and E. So lots of good things going on to the skin today, and I think today we definitely need that. This is the relaxation that I need to put me in the right frame of mind after all the craziness that's gone on during my crazy morning. To start off, we're going to dampen our face. I'm gonna make sure it is nice and moist so the product can glide onto our skin. Now it's time for us to get our little pump here and put it next to our face and pump a couple of little foams in here. Oh, 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 that feels so good. And then we're going to massage. This smells just like apples. It doesn't have the vinegary smell. It feels so good as it glides onto the skin. And this little applicator is like 5,000 little fingers massaging your face at once. It is heaven. Okay, I have put the face cleanser on, and I can honestly say that that felt just like getting a facial. It was so many amazing little moments from that little head. Now it's time for us to move into our next step, which is removing this and looking at our skin for the first time following this new face wash. Here we go. Oh my goodness. I feel so radiant right now. Like, I really feel like my skin is just glowing from the inside. And typically when I use a face wash, my skin feels cleansed, but this feels like next level. Oh wow, like it's so soft. That little bristle brush did such magic, especially right here on the apples of my cheeks. That's where I do have a little bit more texture normally, but right now you can't tell me that I have texture because you can see it even in the camera how it's just glowing right now. There is no texture knocking that glow down whatsoever. So again, this is what the box looks like. A few things that you should know about the Wow Skin Science. They are a vegan brand. They are also cruelty-free, and they don't use parabens or anything like that. This is also going to be a gluten-free product, so if you have any kind of issues with any of those things, they pretty much have you covered. I like that the box itself, whenever it came in, is pretty sturdy and substantial, so if you do happen to purchase this online, it's going to come in a nice protective box and then have a box also so that no product can get damaged whatsoever. You can also pick up Wow Skin Science at several different retailers. Information on the box right here talks about the ingredients and how the technology behind this face wash works, and then this is actually the instructions on how to use. It's super easy. However, if you don't keep up with the box, because sometimes boxes get bulky, all of those pieces of information are also right here on the back of the packaging. I do really like the bottle. You have a substantial amount of product in here, and I just went a little nuts with it. I literally probably used twice as much as I should have just to kind of play with it and have a good time, and it just barely moved in the bottle at all. This is a foaming face wash, so a little bit does go a long way, especially when you're using this applicator, and I feel like you get better product value because of this. Because when you're using your hands and you're doing this, a lot of times you use too much product in general. Anytime that there is a tool which can streamline your process, I encourage you to use it. These little silicone bristles felt amazing. Even just rubbing over them with my finger, it feels like I'm getting a massage and a facial and all of these positive things all in one. So this was a perfect way to complete our crazy morning where nothing seemed to be working, and now I feel so relaxed. I definitely recommend to you guys to check out the brow tutorial on your own at home and let me know how you liked it. If you do try out your brows, remember those little tips that I gave you at the beginning of the video and save yourself the money of having someone else tint your brows and invest it instead in this wonderful face wash, which I am so happy that I did today because, again, oh my goodness, look at this. Look at this cheek. I usually hate being on camera without makeup, despite the fact that you all see me on camera without makeup a lot. And it's something that I have really been working through as a person. I think that we all do that because the unrealistic beauty standards that tell us that we have to look a certain way all the time. However, the reality is most of us don't wear makeup all of the time, so I definitely like highlighting things. But making my skin look better is a huge thing if I'm going to do that, and this product definitely helped with that today. Just the confidence that I have to walk outside right now and not care what I look like because I feel confident in it is amazing. So all I'm going to do today is I'm going to slap on some moisturizer, fix this hair because it does need some help, and then go about my day. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's crazy morning that didn't turn out quite as it started, and that you'll find some of these things to be useful in your own lives. This is a try channel, so we do try all sorts of crazy things, and sometimes that means that we have a flop here and there before we even get camera ready. I hope that you guys will have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll check out some of these techniques and tips. Bye guys!